but Money in the Bank, you have on the well, I guess it's
The
now
Raw.
called the WWE All Stars ladder
Yeah.
match, which is pretty much you have nothing but baby faces.
Yeah.
Then you go to the
And then
I'm going to call it now the WWE Rising Stars match. You have
Yeah.
nothing but heels.
Yeah.
Now, how are fans going to get into the heel match?
I get
I mean, no, it's going to be at Philadelphia. So, knowing a Philly crowd, they're just going to cheer whoever the hell they want to cheer for.
Yeah.
Because that's just how Philly rolls.
Yeah. I mean, they're gonna be. I mean, the thing with the heel Money in the Bank match. I mean, there's guys like Wade Barrett and Dean Ambrose that, the internet fans and just people who want to see those guys get advanced. They're gonna be rooting for them at least.
Yeah, I mean, you also have.
Yeah.
But I'm just curious here now. I mean, because I don't know if you
Strange.
saw the SmackDown where they finally announced this year. Vince and Teddy were talking about the future of this company here.
Yeah.
And these 7 names came up. So I guess the question is are these the 7 guys that Vince is saying somewhere down the line,
Yeah.
the face of the company is in this field here?
Yeah, and it could be, or one of the faces of the company.
I mean, really, the only 2 ones that I could think of, the only reason why I say it is because they're the 2 youngest guys in this match, is Dean Ambrose, who I don't think is going to win this match because he already has a belt already, and Cody Rhodes, who hasn't been pushed really at all.
Yeah, I don't know if he's going to get that push yet
No.
or if he ever will.
And I got news for you: it's not going to happen as long as he has that mustache on.
Yeah, I mean,
Who wants a mustache ride?
the guy, as long as he's got that mustache, I don't think he's going to be.
And I keep hearing from him in interviews, I hate this mustache. My girlfriend hates the mustache. Then shave the mustache.
Yeah.
I mean, I really don't understand what the point of the mustache is.
I mean, it's funny, I guess, and but as long as he's with Damien Sandow right now, I don't think.
Although if you watch that, it looks like that party might end soon.
Yeah, I mean,
Sandow they look impressed with Cody losing to Antonio Cesaro, who apparently now is an American citizen.
Yeah. I mean, up until the Shield, were getting their title shot, I thought they might have been the guys to take the tag team belts from Kane and Daniel Bryan. And,
yeah, definitely.
I don't. But then they went with the Shield and getting them the titles. And, yeah, of course, you have Dean Ambrose, U.S. champion. Some people are thinking that he's going to win, and some people argue that if he became Money in the Bank, the winner, and then he cashed in the World Heavyweight Championship and had both titles, some people argue that would restore more prestige to the U.S. Championship. That and that would be interesting, but I just don't know if that's going to happen.
I don't see it happening.
I
see Dean Ambrose beating the Undertaker's streak before he becomes a world champion.
Yeah. But
now, if people don't know what I was saying here, I told Tyler a few weeks ago that I think since the Undertaker's last really match was against Dean Ambrose before he got slammed by powerbombed by Roman Reigns for a table.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
My prediction is that Dean Ambrose will fight The Undertaker at WrestleMania. And the reason I have Ambrose winning here is because he is the perfect guy to take the streak.
Yeah,
he's a young guy. He needs that one moment to make people say he's a main eventer.
Yeah.
Guys in the past, Shawn Michaels, Triple H, and even CM Punk, they didn't need to beat The Undertaker. They were already established guys. Yeah. I think it's the perfect one. Now, I keep hearing names like Ryback and John Cena. John Cena Undertaker WrestleMania match would be great because let's face it, John Cena is Super Cena at this point.
Yeah.
I mean that whole intrigue of him losing at WrestleMania would just hype it up more.
Yeah.
But I think give the Ambrose.
Yeah.
So, clearly he's the one guy right now that the company thinks can be a great singles wrestler. And I just think have him beat Taker.
Yeah.
Because to me, and I know people are gonna say, well, wait, you can't have him end the streak. The streak cannot end. And I'm like, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
The whole point of streaks is that they have to end eventually.
Yeah,
I mean, what makes a streak great is having other people try to top a streak.
Yeah.
And if he ends and retires still undefeated, nobody can top the streak then.
Yeah. Yeah, kind of like my bubble hockey streak when it ended last week that I've brought up I think on here before. But anyways, yeah, I mean with Undertaker or Dean Ambrose, I think even just being in that match alone would be.
Yeah. Oh.
Even if he lost, even if he took him to the limit.
Yeah, exactly, and that's the whole point.
You saw Punk, take Undertaker to a near 40-minute match, and and now he's here, he's babyface again, and So, even just to be in the match and to have a good match like that, is something, that would either way would elevate Dean Ambrose and
I mean, I think
definitely
I
spark
think
some
it's kind of
intrigue.
funny there how when Punk came back, standing ovation facing that.
Yeah,
It's like, and let's keep in mind, this is a guy who a few months ago dumped Paul Bearer's ashes over the Undertaker and then
Right.
rubbed it himself over there.
yeah,
Wow, our WWE fans so forgiving now.
yeah. Well, that's just because it's they respect Punk. Even though he could be the biggest heel, or was the biggest heel, they can
He
respect
could be the
him
biggest asshole and
'Cause he's-
douchebag. It doesn't
yeah,
matter. He's so good
because
at
he's
it.
an incredible worker, no
Yeah,
matter
exactly.
face or heel.
Yeah.
And,
Definitely.
but yeah, so yeah, getting back to the SmackDown Money in the Bank, if you want to call it that. I was thinking. To me, it's either Dean Ambrose or Wade Barrett.
Yeah, the only two people I would throw in there maybe is Antonio Cesaro.
Possibly, yeah.
It feels like now that he's with Colder, I feel like now he's getting pushed again.
I could see him and Swagger being in a good being a pretty decent tag team, but with Zeb Coulter.
And the only other person I can think of is Damien Sandow, maybe because he's sort of
possibly,
he's sort of been pushed here and there. He's had a few of those moments.
Yeah, but yeah, that obviously not Fandango. Some people are worried.
Although, like I said, he is Vince's guy at the moment. I keep hearing this is Vince's. Now, don't get me wrong. So was Drew McIntyre.
Right.
And no offense to Drew, it didn't work out for.
Yeah. Well, then the thing with Fandango is, it's like all he does is like he walks out of all his matches. So, you give him the Money in the Bank.
But that's what I'm saying to you. I'm afraid what's going to happen with him is that he's not going to really do anything in the match. Unless everybody's going to be down. He's like,
he goes to,
I'm going to climb this ladder quick and get the belt, and get his briefcase down.
And then he goes to cash it in, and then like in the match, he just walks away and waste of a Money in the Bank briefcase. I don't know. Before they, I don't know. He can't just walk out of every match.
No.
You can't give a Money in the Bank case to that. He's gonna have to see some progress first.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Really,
yeah, exactly. You have to win.
Yeah.
And so far, his only legitimate win is Chris Jericho WrestleMania. Although that kind of ended pretty fast at Extreme Rules.
And then that might have been his last win, as a matter of fact. But I don't know.
We got to do research on that.
Yeah.
The last win, maybe. Which might be his only win, because that was his debut match.
Majority, because
that was his first match.
Yeah. And most of his matches, anyways, he walks out of. So, he didn't. Although he did take the clean loss at Extreme Rules of Chris Jericho. He didn't walk out. Let's give him credit there.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think Wade Barrett would be my first choice to win the SmackDown Money in the Bank.
Well, the funny thing with Wade Barrett is that this is a guy I keep saying he's already been at the main event level.
Yeah.
Like, what's the? I think one reason is
just
because
didn't get the gold.
Well, I think the only reason right now is because he can't make which theme song was come out to apparently now.
Yeah,
it's like his fourth theme song he's come out.
Yeah, I'm glad they changed it though. The one he came out to, it sounded like it was like the middle of a song.
Yeah,
that he'd come out to, and it just seemed a little awkward when he, And yeah, it was a shame. Like when he came back last year, it's like they started his career all over again. It's like he never, he was never part of the Nexus and the core and all that. And yeah, it's like so it definitely seemed to have halted his progress. But now, if he wins the case, it's like he might be back on track to, hopefully become a main eventer, because I think he's got potential. He's good in the ring, and
yeah, definitely.
I like some of the work he did with Randy Orton, and if Orton's heel and maybe down the road Barrett's face, they could revive that feud and make it.
That's what I'm saying. Well, I'm thinking about this too. Hell, he could be a babyface now. No offense with the whole. Hell, he could feud with Antonio Cesaro right now for all I care.
Yeah.
Zeb Coulter's whole deal right now is that he hates immigrants apparently.
Yeah.
And no offense, Wade Barrett is British.
Yeah.
And I think they even acknowledged that one time on SmackDown where Coulter says, "Look, I don't like you because you're also the problem."
Yeah.
Because apparently British people steal American jobs in this country.
Yeah. So yeah, I think the general consensus is Wade Barrett, possibly Dean Ambrose. Those two seem to be the front runners to me, and yeah, I think those, either one of those guys, but probably Wade Barrett needs it more at this point.
Now,
he's been around longer.
Like I said, go back to now the WWE All-Star / Raw, WWE, whatever you want to call it.
That.
The main eventers, the current main eventers pretty much. I'm still going Daniel Bryan.
Yeah, I mean,
I think tonight in that opening promo, the whole focus in the end was Daniel Bryan.
yeah,
He was the one who had to say
And-
had the one liner about everybody.
yeah,
I mean, and I mean, how he even like was the one who got involved in the altercation, sort of. I mean, Tony Kane
Right.
pushed him out of the way, and Daniel doesn't like being the weak link or
yeah.
getting picked on.
And last year, they did the same thing with John Cena. Like
Yeah,
he got the most, like he talked the most about it, and because it's like he needed it the most, and
well, I mean,
he won it.
and I'm just looking at everyone here. I'm like, okay, well, it's not going to be Kane.
Yeah,
He's a filler. It's not going to be
Yeah.
Christian. He's a filler. It's not going to be CM Punk. He's got a feud with Brock Lesnar coming up at SummerSlam.
right.
Randy Orton, I'm still banking on this heel turn happening sooner or later. Sheamus, I don't see the 1-800
quite,
fella
yeah.
guy winning the thing. Although Daniel Bryan made fun of that commercial.
Right. Yeah.
But saying if I dial a number, can you come out and bro kick yourself?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
but and Rob Van Dam, I'm sorry, Vince. I don't see Vince being that trustworthy, saying, hey Rob, you've been gone 2 years, telling you buried this company that fed you all these years. Oh yeah, sure, you get a WWE title shot, but you get the title in the future. I just
Yeah.
I just
I
don't
don't-
see John Cena. I mean Rob Van Dam. I
Rob
don't
Van
see
Dam.
Rob Van Dam winning it and facing John
Yeah.
Cena.
The thing is, like, just with Rob Van Dam coming back and being in that match in general, I mean, that's a big enough comeback.
Oh, he'll
have his
easily get the
moments.
biggest pop of the night.
Right. He'll have his
It's Philadelphia.
he'll have his big RVD moments, and
Oh yeah, definitely.
I'm sure he'll wow us with some
Oh my god!
those kind
Yeah.
of moments. But yeah, I mean most people think Daniel Bryan's a favorite, and I kind of agree with that. I just don't. People are thinking like it's going to be a SummerSlam main event, him and John Cena. Some people suggested that Daniel Bryan should cash in the way Cena cashed in last year.
Well, yeah, I actually kind of
Well-
hope that's what he does too.
I think you could have him cash in whenever, and then maybe like the rematch at SummerSlam. I don't know if he cashes in that quickly or not, but
What I would do is I would have him come out the next Raw after Money in the Bank and say I am cashing this thing in at SummerSlam.
kind of like yeah,
Like I'm giving Cena pretty much
Be
a
like
full
they-
month to get
be
ready
like,
for Daniel
be
Bryan.
like deja vu kind of last year with Daniel Bryan, and
and
yeah.
here's the interesting thing here too. Daniel Bryan made Randy Orton tap out. Something that
Yeah, that's it.
I believe
Yeah.
hasn't happened in a while for
with a
Randy
kendo
Orton.
stick, but I mean,
Yeah,
still, I mean,
but still, making people tap out, especially top faces, is
Yeah.
pretty impressive.
yeah.
And last time I checked,
Imagine if Cena tapped out.
that's
for
what I'm
that.
saying. Will Brock, if Cena taps out, it would be probably the first
Yeah.
time in his face run. Because I'm looking back, I can't think of any time Cena's ever tapped out as a babyface.
Yeah,
I mean, and honestly, if they really want to put Bryan over at SummerSlam, and that is the direction you want to go in, I'd have him make Cena tap out.
yeah. And the funny thing is, I mean, it's like the STF and Daniel Bryan's. I guess is it back to the yes lock now, or is it, Whatever it is.
I don't know. First he hates yes, then
Yeah.
he wants to say no, and then yes.
virtually it's the same submission hold too. So that makes it even that makes it kind of
Why
funny.
we can't call it the crippling
What?
crossface anymore?
Yeah.
I don't know. But
I mean,
I know why, but I don't
Yeah.
know why.
got all these variations of it now, and it's just different names. And, it seems like a lot of people don't even think about that. But yeah, I mean, the only thing is, though, I wonder, you have Daniel Bryan win the, obviously you don't just give him the Money in the Bank briefcase and then not have him win the WWE Championship.
Because he'd be the second one not to win
He's a
it.
star. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
people have been saying he's been getting bigger pops than John Cena lately.
I agree.
And if but the thing is, I mean, could you really see Daniel Bryan, beating John Cena and then
Well-
defending it in a rematch and beating John Cena again back to back?
Well, that's
the thing.
Well, here's the thing about it. I think this is why some people even look at Daniel Bryan and say, no, this guy can't be a main eventer because he's pretty much been a comedy act for a while. I'm not
Yeah,
saying, no, again, this is the perfect gimmick right now
yeah,
because nobody will take this guy seriously in the ring. They should, but I mean, because I felt like when I was watching Randy Orton and Daniel Bryan before they had the matches, that Orton just said, oh, "This is a walk in the park.
yeah,
I'm bigger than this guy." This guy keeps, talking about he's
The
not
weak
the
link.
the guy's clearly not mentally stable.
Yeah.
I mean, And he all he does is say yes all the time and no.
It's like an underdog story, and Philadelphia is the city of it's known as an underdog.
It's the city where Rocky was invented. I mean,
and it's our neck of the woods here. You know,
so I'm not saying a John Cena heel turn is coming at SummerSlam because I really believe that boat sailed a long time ago.
Yeah, I mean,
but I could easily see John Cena not taking Daniel Bryan seriously.
Yeah,
and what happens is Bryan beats him. You know. It might be a roll up out of nowhere. It might be a controversial finish because it really feels like there's no way you can beat John Cena is controversial finishes. I'd rather see him straight up Cena just tap out,
and that would be a huge moment too.
Yeah,
you know, just not just because Cena loses the title, but because it's like all the internet. I could imagine the IWC going crazy.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I mean, there'd be so much.
And the number of John Cena kids crying in the arena. It's gonna be awesome.
WWE, and Twitter. WWE will have a field day with Twitter then.
Oh my God, yeah.
I mean, trending now. Yes,
I mean, and based on how Bryan is a character, I can see him come out the next night after that Raw and say, guess what, John? I made you tap out.
Yeah,
and you tap out. Chance starts because
depending what kind of crowd, where the Raw is the next night. Everyone chanting "You tapped out." I mean, that'd be incredible. Yeah, I mean,
but we'll see. I mean,
and then Cena may come out and do the same old goofy run out, and anyways.
Yeah.
But I mean, at least you have some good moments out of that.
Definitely.
Even if you don't quite get a John Cena heel turn, I mean, I don't think a Cena heel turn will happen until they have guys that can clearly sell merchandise like that. And
well, that's the thing there too.
Yeah.
And as far as I know, John Cena is still the top merchandise sale holder, and it's not even close.
Yeah.
There was that one time when Punk cut that promo that he actually did pass Cena at one point.
Yeah.
But that quickly folded once it went back to normal.
Yeah.
I mean, but no, I mean, the evidence is clearly there. And everybody says, well, merchandise doesn't matter. Well, actually, it does. I mean, look, if I can tell you right now, Austin would not have been a top babyface if nobody was buying those Austin 316 t-shirts.
Yeah.
Because I'm telling you, as soon as he cut that promo at King of the Ring 1996 and said Austin 316 says, I just kicked your ass, all of a sudden, Austin 316 was the most popular catchphrase. I mean, maybe that's why I think Daniel Bryan maybe could be it, because at this point, I think he's the most popular catchphrase in the company.
Yeah.
That's how Austin got popular. He did this sweet catchphrase, and all of a sudden, his merchandise sales went through the roof.
Yeah.